Being a good woman is not enough to make a man stay. Loving him hard is not enough. Cooking, praying, adjusting, supporting. None of it alone creates what actually makes a man emotionally committed to one woman for life. What creates that is something deeper, something most women were never taught. And in the next few minutes, I am going to teach it to you. But before I share what that is, let me tell you about the woman I used to be. I was raised right. My mother taught me. The church taught me. Be a good woman. Cook well. Pray hard, be faithful, be patient, support your man. And I believed it, I lived it. But somewhere along the way, I discovered something painful. Being a good woman is not the same as being the woman a man cannot leave. And nobody ever taught me the difference. 5 years into my marriage, I could feel something between me and my husband slowly slipping away, quietly, without warning. I could not understand why. Because my husband used to love me. I mean, he was deeply in love with me. So I tried harder to get his attention back. I cooked his favorite meals. I loved louder. I became more patient, more understanding. I silenced my own needs to make room for his. And the most exhausting part, I was doing all of this from a place of genuine love, not desperation, not fear, love. None of it solved the problem. None of it brought him back. And then one evening, I saw something I could not unsee. I watched him laugh, the kind of laugh I had not heard from him in months. But it was not with me. He was present with someone else in a way he had not been present with me in a long time. And in that moment, something shifted inside me. Not anger, not jealousy, just a quiet, devastating realization. He had that capacity, the capacity for warmth, for presence, for emotional openness. He just was not giving it to me. That night I made a decision. If nobody was going to give me the real answer, I was going to find it myself. I became obsessed, not with finding a man, with understanding something far more important. Why do some women create deep, permanent emotional bonds in men, while other women, equally good, equally beautiful, never quite get there? I started reading everything I could find, Attached by Amir Levin, which broke down exactly how men and women bond emotionally. Mating in Captivity by Esther Perel, which revealed what creates lasting desire in long-term relationships. Why Men Love Bitches by Sherry Argoff, which showed me the specific dynamics that make a man pursue and commit. I paid for one-on-one sessions with relationship psychologists. One session alone cost me $300, another cost $500. I sat in those sessions and asked every question I had been too afraid to ask. I had the most honest conversations with men I have ever had in my life. I asked them directly what actually makes them emotionally unable to leave a woman, not what they say in public, what they feel in private. The answers changed everything I thought I knew about men, love, and relationships. And I realized something. This understanding existed, but nobody was putting it together in a way that every woman could access. So I wrote it all down, every insight, every principle, every truth I had spent years and thousands of dollars discovering. I did not write it to pass time. I wrote it because I was once the woman lying in the dark, asking questions nobody could answer, and I refused to let another woman stay in that darkness any longer than necessary. And here is what I found at the heart of all of it. Love is not enough. It has never been enough, because love is a feeling, and feelings change, feelings fade, feelings shift with circumstances. But emotional addiction is something completely different. It is when a man's emotional world becomes so deeply connected to one woman that the thought of losing her creates genuine fear, not because she trapped him, not because she manipulated him, but because she became the source of something he cannot replicate anywhere else: his peace, his safety, his best self. When you create that for a man, he does not just love you, he cannot leave you. Let me explain what I mean with something simple. Think about the difference between a hotel and a home. A hotel can be beautiful, 5 stars, comfortable, everything you need. But when you check out, you leave without looking back, because a hotel is designed to be temporary. Now think about home. Home is where you take off your shoes, where you lower your guard, where you can be completely, unapologetically yourself. You do not check out of home, you return to home, always, no matter where you go. Most women are hotels in a man's emotional life, beautiful, present, comfortable, but somewhere in the back of his mind, temporary. The wife he cannot leave is not a hotel. She is his home, the place he cannot imagine checking out of, not because he cannot find another hotel, but because nowhere else feels like home. That was the moment I knew exactly what I needed to become. And the change did not start with him. It started with me. The principles of emotional addiction are not about changing him. They are about understanding yourself deeply enough to stop creating the patterns that keep men emotionally distant. When I understood that and started applying it, the woman I had been for years began to fall away. The woman who overgave, the woman who shrank, the woman who adjusted herself into invisibility. And what remained was something I had not fully seen before. A woman who did not need to be fixed, who only needed to be understood. And him, the man I share my life with today, he did not just stay. He chose me every single day, not out of obligation, not out of habit, because I had become the one place in the world where he is completely himself. And when I started sharing what had made that possible, the response stopped me. 4 stories in particular never left my mind. The first was Miss Oluchi. She had been in a relationship where she loved him deeply, but never quite felt secure. She read the book, applied the principles. 2 months later, he proposed, not because she learned how to get a proposal, but because she became the woman he simply could not imagine his life without. The second was Precious, single, tired of attracting men who were never quite serious. She applied the principles, changed what she understood, and for the first time, the quality of men entering her life was completely different. Not because the men changed, because she did. The third was Mrs. Blessing, married, 7 years, 2 children, and a quiet distance between her and her husband she had started to accept as normal. 2 months after applying these principles, she told me their relationship felt like it had been given a completely new beginning. And the fourth was Miss Temi, based in Canada. She had been dating for years far from home, wondering if these principles would even work in a different country. They did. 4 months later, the man she had been seeing finally had the conversation she had been waiting for. He committed, fully, without being pushed. Oluchi, Precious, Mrs. Blessing, Temi, different situations, different countries, different journeys, one understanding. That changed everything. And I wanted to change something for you too. Everything I discovered, everything I wrote down, all of it, in one place. I call it The Wife He Can't Leave. How to make him emotionally addicted to you. This is not about manipulation, not about games, not about tricks. It is about understanding the emotional world of a man deeply, clearly, completely, and using that understanding to become the woman he simply cannot walk away from. The single woman, the woman in an uncertain relationship, the married woman who wants to protect what she has built. I wrote this book for you, and here is exactly what is waiting for you inside. The emotional addiction formula, the exact 4-part method that creates deep, permanent emotional commitment in a man, not manipulation, understanding, the irreplaceable energy code, why your energy right now is either building his emotional bond or quietly destroying it, and how to shift it completely, the safe place method, how to become the one woman he emotionally runs to, the one whose presence gives him peace he cannot find anywhere else, the boundary blueprint, how to hold your standards with 0 desperation and 0 aggression, because what you do not say is often more powerful than what you say, the unforgettable woman formula, what makes certain women impossible to walk away from, and how to become her, and the 30-day irreplaceable woman challenge, your complete daily action plan, free, inside the book. Now here is something important I want you to understand. Getting him emotionally addicted to you is the beginning, but life does not stay simple. Children come, sleepless nights come, financial pressure comes, family stress comes, and many women discover that what connected them when things were easy slowly gets buried under the weight of real life. Because loving a woman when life is simple and staying deeply in love with her when the house is loud, the children are crying, the bills are due, and both of you are exhausted are 2 very different things. That is why I am including the Unbreakable Marriage as your free bonus. The Wife He Can't Leave shows you how to make him emotionally addicted to you. The Unbreakable Marriage shows you how to keep him through every season of life, through the baby years, the busy years, the hard years, the years that test everything you have built together. Both books give you the complete picture, not just how to win his whole heart, but how to keep it forever. The man who chooses you every single day for the rest of his life. What is that worth to you? The relationship that never loses its emotional connection, no matter what life brings. What is that worth to you? The certainty of being truly, completely chosen through every season. What is that worth to you? The women I paid hundreds of dollars per session to learn from did not give me this for free, but I am giving it to you in a way that is accessible to every woman. What you are about to invest is not the cost of a book. It is the cost of never lying in the dark, asking questions nobody could answer ever again, After everything I have shared with you, the years of research, the sessions, the frameworks, the bonus book, I want you to take a deep breath, because what I am asking for all of this is just 4,900 naira only. That is it. Isn't that amazing? Everything I discovered across years of research and thousands of dollars in sessions, both books, every framework, the 30-day challenge, all of it for 4,900 naira only. Some knowledge is too important to stay locked behind expensive access. That is why this book is currently available at this price. Not because the value is small, but because the woman who needs this most cannot always afford $500 sessions, and she deserves this too. And here is my personal promise to you. Read every chapter. Apply what you discover. If you genuinely feel stuck at any point, send me a direct message. I will personally help you understand and apply everything inside. Because this book works. I know what is inside it. I know what it does. The only risk is not reading it. Every day you wait to understand this is another day of uncertainty, another day of wondering, another day of the question that brought you to this video remaining unanswered. The understanding does not come to you. You have to choose it. And the best time to make that choice is right now, while the decision is already in your heart. I remember the woman I used to be, lying in the dark, wondering what she was doing wrong, giving everything she had, and still feeling uncertain. I do not want that for you, not for one more day. You have already carried that uncertainty long enough. You have already given without understanding long enough. You deserve the clarity that changes everything. You deserve to become the woman he cannot leave, not because you are not enough, but because you finally understand what being enough truly means. Click the button below. Make your payment. Your books arrive in your mail immediately. No waiting, no delay. You can read on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop, wherever you are, at your own pace. Written clearly, written warmly, written like a conversation, not a lecture. You can finish the first book before tomorrow. And if you ever need me, you can reach out on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. I am always one message away, because I did not write these books to fill your phone storage. I wrote them to change something in you that is already ready to change. Click the button below, make your payment, and let's begin.